Here we have some of the components required for pump installation. Naming them: Borehole pump unit, bobbin bearings, line shaft. Two line shafts and two bobbin bearings joined together form one 3-meter shaft. We will join a bobbin bearing to the first shaft, noting the direction of the arrow on the bobbin bearing. Note it is a left-hand thread. We now join the second rod and bobbin bearing, making sure that the arrow points in the same direction as the first. Tighten all joints with the pipe wrench. And we install the shaft into the pipe. The stabilizer is fitted to every 4th pipe or every 12 meters. It stabilizes the pipe in the borehole. Discharge base assembly, bearing assembly, spacer box, motor mount bracket, pulley, drive shaft and adapter column all are parts of the discharge head. The bucket elevator is used to lift the pipes. The first thing we need to do is to measure the depth of the borehole. This we do with a weighted line or dip tape. Here we are lowering a weighted fishing line down the borehole till it reaches the bottom. I then tie a knot in the line. We can now pull out the line and measure the depth of the hole. With this, we can calculate the number of pipes to install, allowing a 1.5 meter sump. If no tape is available, we can use a pipe to calculate the depth of the borehole. We lay out the pipes and fit a stabilizer to every 4th pipe. We can now start installing our pump. Check we have the right pump. We need to fit a clamp to the pump. I am using a pipe vise. Lower the pump into the borehole. Rotate the shaft anti-clockwise to check the pump turns. We can now take soft tissue paper and stuff it into the mouth of the pump. This is to stop dirt from falling into the pump. The paper will be pumped out once the pump is started. Fit our bucket elevator to the first pipe. Suspend the pipe directly over the borehole. Shake the shaft so that all the loose dirt falls out. Using a wire brush, we clean all the threads. Fit the shaft. Note, we do not apply anything to the threads, and it has a left-hand thread. Using our pipe wrenches, we lock the threads. Apply a pipe sealing compound to the pipe threads. Lower the pipe and tighten it. We can now remove the clamp and lower the first pipe down the borehole. Fit the clamp just below the pipe socket. Remove the bucket elevator and fit to the next pipe. Attach to our lifting device and suspend over the borehole. Shake the shaft clean and clean the threads. Fit the shaft and tighten. Turn the shaft anti-clockwise to check that the shaft has not unscrewed. Apply the pipe sealing compound and screw in the pipe. Remove the clamp and lower the second pipe down the borehole. Attach the clamp just below the socket. Remove the bucket elevator and fit to next pipe. And repeat the steps as before. Here we are fitting the fourth pipe, the one with the stabilizer. Continue installing until all the pipes are installed. If using a 19mm shaft, we need to remove the last socket and replace it with a reducing socket. In this case, a 22mm by 19mm. We can now fit our drive shaft and tighten. Apply pipe sealing compound to our adapter column and screw in to pipe socket. Lower the spacer box over the pipe. Fit the sling to the discharge base assembly, lift it up and slide it over the shaft. Apply the pipe sealing compound and lower the discharge base and screw onto the pipe. Remove the gland nuts and bolts. Remove the gland follower. Fit the first gland ring. Lower the gland follower and press the gland ring all the way down. Remove the gland follower. Fit the second gland ring with the joint 180 degrees from the first. Lower the gland follower and press all the way down. Remove the gland follower and fit the third gland ring. And repeat the steps fitting the fourth and fifth gland ring. We are normally left with one gland ring spare. This we will fit once the pump has ran for a couple of months. Fit the gland bolts and finger tighten the nuts. Do not over tighten them. Fit the thrower. Lower the discharge head onto the spacer box and bolt it down. Slide the bearing assembly over the drive shaft. Line up the bolt holes and insert the bolts and tighten. A block and hammer tap the shaft down so that we are sure it's its lowest position. Fit the gib key. Fit the key housing. Screw the jack nut onto the shaft till it touches the key housing. Mark the shaft. I prefer using a hacksaw. Now tighten the jack nut, lifting the shaft 25 millimeters for an installation under 100 meters. For an installation of 100 to 200 meters, lift 35 millimeter, and from 200 to 300 meter installation, lift 45 millimeter. Fit the lock washer. Screw on the lock nut. Holding the jack nut, we lock the lock nut. Bend the lock washer down one side and up the other. Fit the rubber boot or dust cover. Fit the pulley and tap it down into position. Line up the bolt holes and bolt it down. Fit the motor mount bracket to the motor. Lift up the motor and fit it to the discharge head. Fit the motor pulley. Fit the V-belts. Do the final adjustment to tension the V-belts. Fit the discharge pipe and start the pump. Do not stop the pump till the water is clear. When the pump is pumping to its final destination, we can now tighten the gland packing till we have a slow drip.